.com/on the map. We're airing them on Sundays, of course, because of football. But they're generally on Thursdays, and so that's when you can see them as well.
Well, it's fun to see them again.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong with an encore performance.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And I do want to say another weather connection with thunderstorms coming through the mountain areas. We'll be on the lookout for areas of wildfires, and so with the thunderstorms happening, so far so good, but the thunderstorms are happening tonight. So we'll see how it plays.
All right, big night ahead. AJ, thanks. Still ahead here on this special edition, evacuation warnings lifted in Madera County.
The efforts by firefighters to get people back to their homes. Next.
You could go from point A to B, or you could go to point X. The BMW X Range. Your next X venture starts here. Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Gennaro General Contractor is modernizing your home renovation. 30 years of design and restoration and a Better Business Bureau A+ rating.
No job is too big or too small. Call Gennaro General Contractor today for your free estimate.
Connections, power, money. That's Sacramento insider Adam Gray. You've paid his salary most of his adult life. His first big job, working for a senator who was indicted for bribery, convicted of fraud, elected to the assembly. Special interests pay for his lifestyle, like jetting off to Hawaii, golfing at Pebble, running for Congress backed by Pelosi's machine. Connections, power, money. For Adam Gray, it's about him, not us. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless, because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about Everyday Verzenio.
Immediate information from KC24. Download the YourCentralValley.com app.
Most Madera County residents evacuated from the Fork fire will be able to return to their homes as early as tomorrow. The fire crews the fire grew to more than 800 acres since it started only 4 days ago. But crews have managed to get 80% containment on the blaze burning near North Fork. Today, CAL FIRE officials announcing all evacuation warnings have been lifted, and anyone under evacuation order should be able to go back to their homes very soon. CAL FIRE also announcing the fire is believed to have been started by a vehicle, although they have not specified which car started it or how it sparked the fire to begin with. Fire crews say no more buildings are threatened by the Fork fire, but 28 have already been destroyed since that blaze started.
Meantime, the mosquito fire burning in Placer County east of Sacramento is forcing thousands of evacuations. The fire started 5 days ago and has grown to more than 40,000 acres. Containment now at 10%. But the big focus right now is getting people away from the danger. Firefighters are focusing efforts on building control lines around the blaze and have even started using lines dug out from fires in the past. Today, CAL FIRE announced plans to work to restore power to those who are not under evacuation orders because of this fire. And still ahead on this special edition of KC24 News, President Biden speaks out on the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
His message as we remember the lives lost and honor the sacrifice made by first responders. Coming up.
Connections, power, money. That's Sacramento insider Adam Gray. You've paid his salary most of his adult life. His first big job, working for a senator who was indicted for bribery, convicted of fraud, elected to the assembly. Special interests pay for his lifestyle, like jetting off to Hawaii, golfing at Pebble, running for Congress backed by Pelosi's machine. Connections, power, money. For Adam Gray, it's about him, not us. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Here we go again. Another special interest ballot proposition. It's Prop 27, written and funded by big out-of-state gambling corporations to legalize a massive expansion of online sports gambling. 27 would turn every cell phone and every laptop in California into a gambling device. And Prop 27 would send 90% of profits out of state and hurt Indian tribes who rely on revenues from in-person gaming. Please join more than 50 gaming and non-gaming tribes throughout California. Vote no on Prop 27.
The choice between Prop 26 and 27? Let's get real. Prop 26 means no money to fix homelessness, no enforcement oversight, and no support for disadvantaged tribes. Yikes. Prop 27 generates hundreds of millions towards priorities like new housing units in all 58 counties. 27 supports non-gaming tribes and includes strict audits that ensure funds go directly to getting people off the streets and into housing. There's only one choice. Yes on 27.
What's it like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast, like beyond gig speed fast. With 3 times the bandwidth and the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. Switch today.
Welcome back. President Biden, the First Lady, along with Vice President Kamala Harris and the Second Gentleman, all traveling across the country to honor and remember the victims of 9/11.
From the Pentagon to New York to Pennsylvania, they each took part in ceremonies honoring the lives that were lost at those sites 21 years ago. Anna Warnicki in Washington with the story.
Good evening. It was a somber and rainy morning as top U.S. officials traveled to the site of the tragedies to remember and honor the lives lost 21 years ago. Amazing grace. 21 years after the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil, President Joe Biden told the families of the victims outside the Pentagon that America will never forget.
I know for all those of you who've lost someone, 21 years is both a lifetime and no time at all.
Shortly before his remarks, President Biden laid a wreath at the National 9/11 Pentagon Memorial in Arlington, Virginia, where each name of those who died were read one by one.
Angeline C. Carter.
First Lady Jill Biden spent the morning in Pennsylvania to honor the heroes of Flight 93, which crashed into a field in Shanksville.
Flight attendants and the passengers of United Flight 93 who fought back, who helped stop the plane from taking an untold number of lives in our nation's capital.
At Ground Zero, Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband paid tribute to the lives lost during the attack at the World Trade Center. And back in Washington, President Biden called on all Americans to remember the victims of 9/11 every day by uniting and protecting American democracy.
It's not enough to stand up for democracy once a year or every now and then. It's something we have to do every single day.
The president also read a message from the late Queen Elizabeth that she sent following the 9/11 attacks that said, quote, "Grief is the price we pay for love." For now, in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
And still to come here, Queen Elizabeth now on her final journey.
The outpouring of support by those mourning her loss when we come back.
Sourdough Star is back at Carl's Jr., notching a victory for flatbreaders everywhere. It's a victory indeed. Take that, science.
Bite into the Sourdough Star, only at Carl's Jr.
You okay?
There's a flex alert today, so I'm mentally preparing for the power outage.
Oh, well, we can help stop one because we're going to reduce our energy use from 4 to 9 p.m. What now?
I stepped on a plug.
Oh, that's my bad. Unplugging. When it comes to preventing outages, the power is ours.
Most politicians only hurt you when they vote. The worst, like Rudy Salas, hurt you even when they don't. Salas skipped multiple votes to suspend the gas tax, denying relief to average Californians. But Salas did vote to spend our money promoting things like elite golf courses and five-star resorts. Places like where Salas was pampered on special interest trips. Votes when it suits him, doesn't care if he hurts you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Growing up in the Central Valley, I would wake up before the sun rose to work with my dad in the fields. I grew up respecting hard work. I'm Rudy Salas. In the Assembly, I won overtime pay for farm workers and raised the minimum wage. I'm lowering the price of life-saving medication like insulin and making drinking water safer. And I was the only Assembly Democrat to vote no on raising the gas tax. I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message because I always honor those who grow our food and produce our gas.
Hi everyone, I'm Dwayne Peralta, President of Personal Express Insurance. For nearly 40 years, Personal Express has been known in the Central Valley for our great rates. But our customers also come with us and stay with us because of what we like to call our local advantage. I'd like to invite you to stop by any of our locations to find out just what the Personal Express local advantage means to you.
With offices in Fresno, Clovis, and Visalia. Great rates with the local advantage. Personal Express Insurance.
Disaster and damage can strike anytime. It's good to know the professionals at Serpro have the training and equipment to get your life back on the right track. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, for restoration and cleaning, count on Serpro of Clovis, Visalia, Fresno, and Shaver.
The Sourdough Star is back at Carl's Jr., and so is the Sourdough Bandit. Oh, hello there.
Bite into the Sourdough Star, only at Carl's Jr.
I'm Chief Meteorologist A.J. Fox, and our top weather story tonight has been the non-triple-digit temperatures across the valley this weekend. 97 was our high today in Fresno, 98 in Lemoore, 96 in Hanford and Visalia, Madera, 94 in Merced. It's above normal still, but just not as bad as last week. We still have some flood watches and even flood advisories through Southern California. It's just outside of our viewing area. The satellite and radar shows that band of showers now moving north of Los Angeles into the Tehachapi Mountains and even into the southern Sierra Nevada. It's got some hail associated with it too, meaning it's thunderstorm and probably some lightning strikes are going to go along with that as well. By Hume Lake right now, still some isolated showers. The rest of the valley, clouds here and there, and that's how it's going to go for the rest of the night. Our valley cam showing generally visibility is great, but we do have a little bit of cloudiness out there, and they're still moving across the valley. Mostly clear skies, though, for tomorrow, and 95. Now, that's still above average for Monday, but we're getting closer, a lot closer to normal, and the rest of the week will be significantly cooler than last week. We're talking about mid-80s, and that's how we'll go into the weekend. I'll have your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Alex and Stephanie, back to you.
Thanks, AJ. Today, the Queen's casket arrived in Scotland's capital. Her journey, the first of a long choreographed goodbye, demonstrating already just how massive an outpouring we're going to see in the days ahead.
Now, tomorrow, the procession's going to head to St. Giles Cathedral. All of it part of a journey that began 180 miles away at her beloved Balmoral estate. Tom Lamas reports.
When that black Mercedes-Benz hearse pulled out from Balmoral Castle, the glass roof revealing the oak coffin carrying Queen Elizabeth, draped in the royal standard of Scotland and showing the end of an era, was here. A wreath of flowers among the Queen's favorite dahlias and sweet peas from the Scottish estate. Her daughter, Princess Anne, part of the procession, traveling slowly through the breathtaking Scottish countryside. In this village, silence as the hearse passed through. Along the way, people paying their final respects to the monarch who touched their hearts. Here, hushed reverence. But then applause.
I just find it really emotional. It's almost like saying goodbye to a family member. It's just really upsetting.
Along the route, small but significant gestures to honor Elizabeth's life. Here you see horses and riders at attention as she passes by. And then there were tractors, a tribute by local farmers. Then on to coastal areas and bigger cities. And then Dundee, where thousands lined the streets, clapping for their monarch. After the Queens Ferry crossing bridge, people getting out of their cars on the highway hoping to catch a glimpse. And then finally, as the hearse reached today's final destination, there are tens of thousands of people out here lining the streets of Edinburgh. They're all waiting to say goodbye, and it looks like the Queen has finally arrived in Scotland's capital. Cheers along the famous Royal Mile. What will you remember?
Just I was here to say goodbye to the Queen.
Scotland has done her really proud. Thousands and thousands of people have lined the streets.
After more than 6 hours, the procession arriving at the Palace of Holyrood House, the official residence of the monarchy. Security tight on the ground, sharpshooters in the air. 3 of the Queen's children there, including Princess Anne, curtsying as the coffin carrying her mother moved in. For those that waited hours for a few seconds to say goodbye, it was worth it for a woman who had given them 7 decades of her time.
Tom Lamas reporting there. Still to come here on this special edition of Ksee 24 News, young entrepreneurs getting a shot at turning their passion into profit.
How a local university is helping turn their dreams into reality.
Your weather headlines for tonight. Mountain thunderstorms are going to be possible tonight and tomorrow. For the valley, just a few thin clouds. Temperatures will get cooler through the week, even into the 80s for several days. I'm talking Wednesday through Sunday at least. Your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. That'll be in the high range through Thursday. Ragweed, elm, and quinopods, the predominant pollens. And I'll have your complete forecast as Ksee 24 News continues.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. Ksee 24 is where I go. Turn it on and it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on.
Most politicians only hurt you when they vote. The worst, like Rudy Salas, hurt you even when they don't. Salas skipped multiple votes to suspend the gas tax, denying relief to average Californians. But Salas did vote to spend our money promoting things like elite golf courses and 5-star resorts. Places like where Salas was pampered on special interest trips. Votes when it suits him, doesn't care if he hurts you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
I'm able to go to any of the small towns and still pick up great service.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
We actually save way more now than we did with our old carrier.
The amount of money you save with T-Mobile, it's just awesome.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
Ksee 24 News is always available at the new YourCentralValley.com. Now, AMS certified Chief Meteorologist AJ Fox with your local weather authority forecast.
Well, perhaps you noticed that it has been a little humid this weekend, but definitely the temperatures have been a lot cooler than what we saw last week. 97 was our high. 92 is average, but look at that record, 111. It can stay right there. Our morning low was 76. Now, we're still on the warm side as far as morning lows are concerned because the humidity is a little bit higher, a little bit of cloudiness, and that's how it works. We're at 88 right now, 83 in Madera, 88 in Hanford, Visalia and Lemoore both 87 degrees. Looking at our valley cam, pointed towards downtown Fresno. Just a little bit of haze, but our air quality actually is going to start to improve a little bit because of the direction of the wind. It is going to be changing a little bit. Our immediate issue is still we have some isolated showers and even thunderstorms that are possibly coming our way. If we look at the flood watch, that's a lighter green and then a bright green that's just pointed, it's underneath that in northern Los Angeles County. We're looking at a possibility of a flood advisory there, so there's a band of showers that's moving through right now as we speak. The showers around Hume Lake have been diminishing in the last couple of hours. They're still there, just now lighter sprinkles. It looks like some more moderate showers between Shaver Lake and Oakhurst, but real small spots where that's happening. It's this band that I'm concerned with. It's into Southern California. It's extending from the Tehachapi Mountains all the way down to Santa Clarita. And do you see these little white dots? That's indications of hail. And if you have hail, that means you have a vertical development, and that means you can have the potential for lightning strikes too. So anywhere from Fraser Park all the way up through Tehachapi, anywhere along that could have a lightning strike and therefore a potential new wildfire. We'll be keeping an eye out for that type of activity. So in the meantime, satellite picture shows the showers that we had that developed over the mountains, they're starting to diminish now. The wider view does show those showers pushing up to the north, the clouds moving through, all this energy coming in from the south. That's the direction it's going to change. Notice how Futurecast smoke has a lot of the smoke moving from what's called the mosquito fire past Reno and into Nevada, away from us. That's my point. The direction of the wind is going to have everything to do with how our temperatures get a lot cooler in the next several days. So tomorrow we'll see some of the clouds move across the valley, and then they'll start to clear out. What's left of the showers remain over the mountain areas, so we don't have any chance of rain on the valley floor. But again, another potential shower or even thunderstorm up over the mountain areas, that might be an issue, and we'll be concerned about that. Your renewable solar forecast. Well, those numbers remain high for Monday and Tuesday, but they get higher on Wednesday with continued clearing skies. But even at the same time that our skies continue to clear, our temperatures are going to be getting cooler. It'll still be warm tonight, 74. The leftover clouds are still with us. Northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, more clearing, mostly sunny day, 95 the high. Again, that's a couple of degrees cooler than today. It's still above average. We should be in the lower 90s, and that's where we'll move in on Tuesday, down to 90 degrees. But then below normal, look at that, 85 Wednesday and Thursday, and morning low temperatures in the lower 60s. You might even consider that to be a little chilly in the morning. We're back to close to 90 degrees this weekend, but still just under the line, 89 for Saturday and Sunday. And your regional forecasts are available on our website at yourcentralvalley.com, so please go check it out there. The point is that it feels like fall. Yes. Finally, even though it's officially not fall until a week from Thursday. But that's when the autumnal equinox happens, 22nd, the week from Thursday.
So you're safe. No more triple digits till next, whenever that is.
I still can't promise no more triple digits. The latest triple digit we've ever had is October 14th.
Yeah, well.
So until you get into October, it's you know, I've learned my lesson not to promise that kind of stuff.
But that sure looks good, what we're seeing.
Yeah, this week is going to be great.
AJ, thank you.
Educators acknowledge not everyone is going to college, and the question is how to help those folks reach their goals.
In tonight's Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson reports on how Fresno Pacific University is teaching people how to turn their passion into profit.
Launching your own business, a dream for many. But when 36-year-old Megan Husock decided to buy this restaurant, she didn't know where to start.
I had no restaurant experience, really. Worked here at the deli when I was in high school and in college for a little bit here and there, but didn't really have much food service experience either.
The former teacher turned to Fresno Pacific University's Center for Community Transformation for help. Because for her, buying Sunnyside Deli was not only about starting a business, it was also about giving back to her community. The restaurant had been a fixture in this area for 38 years before it closed.
Sunnyside Deli was such a special place to the community and to my family. You know, it was something that we felt important to keep around.
Husock completed the Center for Community Transformation's 6-week micro enterprise training course and learned many of the skills needed to run her family business.
What I thought was really special about the program is I met so many people who were in so many different walks of life and had a passion and wanted to put that passion into practice.
FPU started the center 10 years ago as a way to provide services to the community that surrounds the university. How could FPU help those who might not be seeking a college degree?
There was general community that probably wasn't going to go to college at some point, but there was still a lot of resources, a lot of assets at the university that the community could tap into.
We can help you develop a business plan.
Along with the training course, those wanting to launch a business can participate in the Spark Tank Social Enterprise Pitch Fest, a way to not only sell their business idea to the community, but investors.
Being able to connect them to some of our most influential business people in our city does a lot for them.
Cynthia Smith walked away with $3,500 in startup capital for her business, Smitty's Secret Sauce. It's an enterprise she has nurtured for 15 years, making the sauce at home on her kitchen stove.
I am so honored and I'm excited to be one of the award recipients of this year's Spark Tank because it gives me a platform to be able to spread our message, our mission.
Cynthia's mission, educate people about a tragedy that took the lives of her 2 children. Suicide. The yellow label on each bottle of barbecue sauce carries a message about suicide awareness.
Going through the program has, I've learned a lot about social enterprise as opposed to just having a business and what it means to have a business, but also a social impact that is attached to that business.
This year's Spark Fest, 5 local entrepreneurs shared in $24,000 in startup funds. For Education Matters, I'm Juanita Stevenson, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
And still to come here, what you eat could have an impact on your mental health.
We're going to get an advice from a dietitian on how to eat better for a healthier mindset.
Immediate information from KC24. Download the YourCentralValley.com app. We believe in care that goes the extra mile without having to drive miles to another city. We believe leading-edge technology is only as good as the people who use it. And we believe a healthy brain requires a team of the brightest minds. At Community Neurosciences Institute, we provide our patients with unrivaled care and attention for every step of their journey right here at home. It's just one of the many reasons a healthier community starts here.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
For decades, I've worked at the intersection of domestic violence and homelessness. So when Prop 27 promised solutions to homelessness, I took a good hard look. It's not a solution. 90% of the money goes to the out-of-state corporations who wrote it. Very little is left for the homeless. Don't let corporations exploit homelessness to pad their profits. Vote no on 27.
Growing up in the Central Valley, I would wake up before the sun rose to work with my dad in the fields. I grew up respecting hard work. I'm Rudy Salas. In the Assembly, I won overtime pay for farm workers and raised the minimum wage. I'm lowering the price of life-saving medication like insulin and making drinking water safer. And I was the only Assembly Democrat to vote no on raising the gas tax. I'm Rudy Salas, and I approve this message because I always honor those who grow our food and produce our gas.
When you think of how nutrition affects the body, your mental health may not be the first thing that comes to mind.
Kristen Coleman, a registered dietitian at Community Regional Medical Center, talks about the connection between your mind and your gut. Our Amber Lynn Carroll with the story.
Your mental health is an important part of your overall health.
I think one fun fact that a lot of people don't know is a majority of our mental health is actually related to our gut health. So all of your neurotransmitters that kind of make us happy or sad, or our mood stabilizers, are all made in our gut. The biggest one that everybody knows about is serotonin. Serotonin's our mood stabilizer. Serotonin's the one that kind of makes us stable and happy, not depressed, and 95% of it is actually found in our guts. So what we eat really can affect our serotonin levels.
So how do you know which foods to eat to keep your serotonin levels at their best?
We do have foods that will boost your serotonin levels. Those foods would be like turkey, chicken, pineapple, avocado, salmon. Those protein foods have tryptophan in them, which is actually what our body uses to make serotonin. And then obviously the avocado and the salmon are also full of omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory fats. And that anti-inflammatory fat not only protects our body from inflammation, but also will boost our immune health and our brain health.
But what about sugar?
Sugar is actually kind of a no-no with mental health. So sugar is kind of pro-inflammatory, and sugar actually has a direct inflammatory response on our gut and just our overall gut bacteria and our gut health. So obviously, any type of sugar you get from a carbohydrate that would be like a complex carb, like your fruits and your vegetables, are totally fine. I'm talking more like sugars like our soda, our sports drinks, our juices.
With all the fast food options readily catered to our fast-paced lives, it can be difficult to know how to navigate a healthy diet that supports better mental health.
A lot of times when we skip meals, we're going to just grab whatever is most convenient and whatever is right there. And unfortunately, we live in an area where it's really easy to find fast food on every corner. So if we're not skipping meals and we kind of plan ahead a little bit, we're not going to be as hungry, so we're not going to make those unhappy, unhealthy choices.
Kristen recommends making sure your family is all on the same page when it comes to eating and understanding that it helps stabilize moods.
So I'm a big fan of the parents and the child always eating the same. So if the parents are trying to eat healthier by incorporating more salmon and more avocados and more fresh fruits and vegetables in their diet, the kids should be eating the same thing as the family so that the whole family does it together.
Overall, normalizing the conversation surrounding mental health can help us connect a better well-being for ourselves and our loved ones.
It's important for everybody to know that we all struggle with mental health, and we all also struggle with gut issues. And majority of people I meet are pretty open when they hear that I work in GI to talk about their gut issues, and I feel like gut issues and mental health issues are kind of hand in hand, so not being afraid and just taking that step forward to like work towards what you need to find your happiness.
Reporting, Amberlyn Carroll.
And still ahead on this special edition, the Hindu Temple of Fresno hosts an educational event today.
Some of those events held today to educate the kids and families about the Hindu culture. When we come back.
Sourdough Star is back at Carl's Jr., notching a victory for flatbreaders everywhere. It's a victory indeed. Take that, science.
Bite into the Sourdough Star, only at Carl's Jr.
Most politicians only hurt you when they vote. The worst, like Rudy Salas, hurt you even when they don't. Salas skipped multiple votes to suspend the gas tax, denying relief to average Californians. But Salas did vote to spend our money promoting things like elite golf courses and five-star resorts. Places like where Salas was pampered on special interest trips. Votes when it suits him, doesn't care if he hurts you. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
What's it like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast, like beyond gig speed fast. With 3 times the bandwidth and the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. Switch today.
Clean, safe, and reliable water. For State Senator Melissa Hurtado, it's a basic right for every family and farm. So she's doing the hard work across party lines to improve our water infrastructure.
Senator Hurtado is teaming up with her colleagues from both sides of the aisle to fix the canal.
$130 million a year to make sure that water is accessible.
Clean, safe, and reliable water for families and farms. State Senator Melissa Hurtado. She's all Valley.
You might already know that Prop 27 taxes and regulates online sports betting to fund real solutions to the homelessness crisis. So how will that new revenue be spent? New housing units in all 58 counties, including permanent supportive housing, tiny homes communities, Project Roomkey supportive hotel units, and intensive mental health and addiction treatment. In short, 27 means getting people off the streets and into housing. Yes on 27.
Sourdough Star is back at Carl's Jr., and so was the Sourdough Bandit. Oh, hello there.
Bite into the Sourdough Star, only at Carl's Jr.
The latest conditions, live. The Ksee 24 Valley Cam Network.
And finally, the Hindu Temple of Fresno hosting an event today to educate kids and families about the religious and cultural traditions of Hinduism. The temple held different games and contests, all with an eye toward teaching participants about different aspects of life in India and the Hindu community, considered very important to the church. There were garland making competitions, henna painting, and of course, lunch was served for all the guests who attended. Looks like a fun day.
Yeah, very special.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for joining us. The Bulldog Insider is next.
There's Andrew. We'll see you at 11.
You okay?
There's a flex alert today, so I'm mentally preparing for the power outage.
Oh, well, we can help stop one because we're going to reduce our energy use from 4 to 9 p.m. What now?